Hey guys, Zizek here, and I'm going to go over the rules for the Star Wars Box Busters game. I don't normally do like instructional videos for games like this, but as of this recording, there is absolutely no information online for this game or these toys at all. So I'm just going to go over the rules and give you kind of an idea how to play, and maybe some examples. So really quick, let's just kind of look at the rules and get an idea of what we're doing. So the overview is to, of course, blast your opponent and win. Each person is going to have one box, one die, one assault marker, 2 charge tokens, and 1 battle mat. Now, there's technically 2 versions of the game. There's the basic game and the advanced game. For the advanced game, you don't need the charge tokens or the half the battle mat, really. Okay, so object of the game: roll your combat die to score hits on all your opponent's areas and finally capture their command center to win. And it tells you about the cubes here, like I showed you before. If it's open, that means your shields are down. If it's closed up, that means your shields are up. So to set up the basic game, you're gonna unfold your mat, place your cube in the square in the middle, and for the basic game, you're just not gonna use the charge tokens. And that's the entire setup. So as you can see up here, I've got 2 players ready to play. You'd probably normally, rotate these so they'd face each other, but for this video, they'll be side by side. So, get your cube, your mat, 2 tokens, your assault marker, and your die for each player. So how do you play? Well, both players are going to roll one of the die at the same time. And the die can have 4 different results. It can be a blast, a shield, 2 blasts, or a special. It's a 6-sided die, so there's 2 blasts, there's 2 shields, 1 of that and 1 of that on each die. And if you roll more blast symbols than your opponent rolls shield symbols, your attack is a success. So basically, as an example, if this person rolled a blast and this person rolled a shield, they're gonna cancel each other out. Your shield's gonna block the blast and that's it. But if this person rolled a shield and this person rolled 2 blasts, that's 1 more blast than this, so that means 1 blast gets through, and you're going to take a hit. So continuing on, if your opponent's shields are up, your attack knocks their shields down. You pop open your opponent's cube. If your opponent's shields are down, you score a hit. Record the hit by placing your assault marker on the opponent's battle mat, covering the area 1 space. Each time you score a hit, move your assault marker to the next area. So as an example, let's say this player is the one that rolled these 2 blasts to the 1 shield that this player rolled. That means he's going to get a hit. So since his shields are up, that means his shields go down and kind of fly away. And later on, if he gets hit again, like maybe this same roll happened again, then he's going to take the assault marker and put it on the area 1 track right there. So if you both roll blast symbols, both attacks succeed. So if you both rolled 2 or you both rolled 1, that means you're both going to take a hit. And if you roll the special side, which is only 1 side on the die that is special, you get to cancel your opponent's roll, so they pretty much lose their turn. Then you can either put your shields up by closing your cube, or you can knock out your opponent's shields by popping open their cube. You get to do one or the other. So going back to our fake game up here, if this player rolled 2 and then he rolled a special, well, he just gets to throw that away, and he can either put his shields back up, or he can come over here and pop open his opponent's shield, so now his shields are down. It also gives you a little note here that says if you do put your shields up, that your assault marker, the token on the area up there, stays where it's at. You don't get to like heal damage or anything like that. And if you both roll special, you just cancel each other out and you go to the next round. And you can see to win the game, the first player to move their assault marker to their opponent's command center and score a hit wins the game. So if the poor Tusken Raiders are on their last area and you hit them again, they're in trouble, because if you hit them 1 more time, they're out and you lose. He wins. So that was the basic game, and it is very basic. It's very simple. It's something, maybe small children would love to play. But this game also has an advanced version. And I personally think if you're going to play this game, you should just go ahead and go straight to the advanced game. It's a lot more fun, and it's not that much more difficult to get into. As you can see here, the stakes are higher and the strategy is deeper. Each player gets to use those charge tokens to your command panel to multiply the effects of future rolls and unleash your powerful special attacks. So how is the setup different for the advanced game? Well, pretty much you just stop ignoring that last part of the mat, and you get your charge tokens, the little coins, ready to go, and that's the only difference. So the advanced game plays just like the simple game, but there's a little bit of difference. Every time you roll the die this time, you're going to take a charge token and put it on the corresponding space on your command panel. So let's say this player rolled a shield and this player rolled a blast. Well, this player is going to take a charge token, they're going to put it on the little shield spot up here, and this player is going to take their charge token and put it on the blast spot. You can see the problem with these mats. Might need to straighten those out a little bit. And what you do with those tokens is on a future turn, so not the same turn you put it up there, you can remove it to add whatever you just put up there to your roll. So for instance, if you had it on the blast down here, if you rolled 2 blasts, you could take that off the blast and that turns your roll into 3 blasts, which is pretty big. And if you've already placed both of your charge tokens on there and you want to change them, when you roll the new symbol, you can move them over as you can see down there. So let's say this player rolls a blast, this player rolls a shield, and this guy doesn't have any charge tokens, but this one has 1 on the blast up here. Well, I can say I'm going to spin that to turn this into 2 blasts, which is going to go over this 1 shield, so then they're going to get hit. And another new important thing is now each area has its own built-in defense. So you actually have to hit that area with that many blasts to actually go to the next area. You can see areas 1 and 2 require 1, 3 and 4 require 2, and to get that last blast in to win the game, you have to hit it with 3 blasts. And just so you don't forget, that's on the playmat too. And finally we get to the fun part, which is these special attacks. So each cube is going to have its own special unique attacks that only it can do. And basically when you roll that special die, instead of making your shields go up or your opponent's shields go down, you can combo it with another thing in your command panel and you can do some kind of special effect, like 3 blasts. So the Battle of Yavin has a special and a blast to turn it into 3 blasts, a special and 2 blasts for 5 blasts, which is crazy. And if you pair 2 specials up, you automatically hit the next 2 areas, which is crazy. And the Tusken Raiders have a special and a blast to turn it into 3, just like the Yavin. The special and a shield to remove all charge tokens from your opponent's charge area, so that can really mess them up. And their special and special is recover 2 areas, so you get to move 2 areas back up. So it kind of counters their automatically scoring 2. So as an example, let's say this was what was rolled. This player has a special and they have a blast charge, so they can remove that to add the blast to it to make it have 3 blasts. So then this player can be sneaky. He's got 2, so the 3 blasts is going to beat his 2, which is going to damage him. But he's got a charge special up here, so he can just remove that. And if you add the special to the charge 2, you get 5 blasts, so then he just explodes all the Tusken Raiders. And that's it. I think I covered everything there is to cover. If you have any questions or anything, please just let me know in the comments and I'll try and respond as soon as I can. And if you really want to see some kind of gameplay footage of me playing someone, I can do that if you will want me to do it. But I think that pretty much covers it, so thank you guys for watching. Have a nice day.